Oh my gosh, wonderful. Welcome, 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 welcome everybody to the Coaches Corner, where we help you get to your next level. We're on here with myself, Coach Hadassah, the
Yes.
amazing Coach Cotton. And listen, y'all, look, you already see who we have in the building, right? None other than, look, I want to call him the legend myself, but
Right.
I
It,
really
it
do,
fits. If the shoe
right?
fit, you gotta wear it.
Yes, but one of our master educators, one of our master Forex educators over here in Extreme FX Global Academy, King Pip.
Hey, what's going on? How is everybody doing? What's up, my people? Let me get up. You say straight
We
up.
got
How's
King
everybody doing?
Pip.
I appreciate you, Coach Adasa, for having me, Coach Cotton. I was wondering when my turn was gonna come, man. Oh,
You made it. You made it. You made it to the big leagues now.
Look,
mhm.
look, we was saving the best for when when we really got our feet wet and worked through all the technical difficulties and stuff like that. Cause look, me and Coach Cotton, we was failing our way to success.
That's how you're supposed to
I
do
do.
it. Fail
Literally.
forward.
We
That's
was
right.
failing
Literally.
forward. So
Yeah.
right. So now that we had all the kinks out the way, it's like, okay, now it's time to bring on King Pip into a better, environment here over here in the Coach's
Yes.
Corner.
Well, listen, hey, before we get started, let me go ahead and tell y'all this. Just some real entrepreneur talk, real quick. Whoever's in charge of y'all's wardrobe, y'all should give them a raise. They deserve it.
Yeah.
They deserve
Facts.
it.
Facts.
Cashville,
Look,
we in
I
here.
don't even know if y'all can see the bag. Look, you gotta try it to be
Right.
filmed.
I
You
gotta
gotta
see
see
it.
it.
Wait, wait,
Hey,
wait. Hold on.
You gotta see it.
we
You
in
gotta
here.
train to be
Let's
free.
go. Give them a
Yeah.
raise. They earned it. They earned that
They
money.
earned it. Yes.
Absolutely.
Praise
Yes,
to
go
be
ahead and give it to
free.
them. That is hilarious. Give them a raise. I think it's y'all. I think you get the raise.
Okay,
I think the
Chanel,
raise is going to
my sis.
Cashmere. Chanel, Aaron, Sean, who else on that team? Who else on that Cashmere team? I think y'all the one who's gonna get the raises here.
All of
Yeah.
Cashville, man. We're gonna make sure our whole team win. That's the one thing about
Yeah.
Cashville. We love our team. We're definitely a trade first team, and we make sure that everybody is going to break their whatever generational curses is in their life, and create a legacy
Yes.
on top of that. That's the one thing about our team. We make sure of that for sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Look,
Absolutely.
I must say that is, look, he ain't lying.
Mm-mm.
Because every morning, listen,
It's a uniform
look,
requirement.
I caught the spirit for a minute. I'm serious. Like when I really truly locked in, because let's just say when I first started in this industry. I want to say first it was 2008. No, not 2008, 2018, when somebody reached out to me, that I knew. We went to the same high school, but we weren't there at the same time. Like she had graduated when I was coming in to be a freshman. I graduated with her brother.
Mm-hmm.
And but we were in some different companies together. And so, but we were never on the same teams. And so she was like, we're gonna work together one day. And I'm like, yeah, when the opportunity arises or whatever. And so, again, everybody knows I'm a homeschooler. And my homeschool curriculum is financial literacy, based, because I'm like, they do not teach this in school, but we're going to school in order to get a good job and all of this kind of stuff, but then don't even know about what it is that we going into the workplace for.
Yep.
Money. I'm like, that don't make sense.
Right.
And so, along with some other things, because having 7 children, but 2 daughters and 5 sons, what my first son went through, and I was able to, we were able to, get him out and steer him on the right track, because he was, I mean, a genius, but he was bored. And when you get, and when our son, they get bored, they get into trouble.
Yeah.
So we were able to put him in an alternative school where he got his honors and stuff like that, and he graduated, and we was able to send him to college, and that was like, you know, being a young black man to make it out of Chicago without so much as a police record
Wow.
or
Amazing.
record period. That was like, look, coming
That's
from a single
awesome.
mother, I was like,
Wow.
ooh, but I won't say it was me fully. It was straight up prayers and, okay, Heavenly Father, what do I do next with them? But
Yeah.
that was the thing. But then having four more, I homeschooled them, and it was just that seeing that. And so knowing like, okay, breaking these generational curses and so forth and so on and all of that kind of stuff. And then I would post stuff about homeschooling and financial literacy on my Facebook page and stuff. So that's how she reached out to me. She
Mhm.
approached me with, hey, I want you to see something that these children are doing, and this will fit right with your homeschooling and everything. And so I went to the opportunity meeting. I'm like, yeah, I can implement this. I got
Right.
into it, but the culture that they had, I'm like, this is not my tribe. Like, this is not
Gotcha.
it. So I got in and I got right back out. A year later, to be exact, I mean, exactly a year, my daughter came to me. She had joined the same company, but she had started learning about trading on YouTube and then
Mhm.
got with that company. And I'm like, okay, I support what you're doing. And, I'm like, I want to learn this, but I'm like, I'm not coming into that company. I had been in there before. And,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, and I'm sorry, I don't have no leads to give you. Cause eventually, I knew what she was going to have to start doing. So it was maybe 3 or 4 months later, September 20, some around September 20ish or whatever, last, was it 2020 or 19, somewhere around there. And she was like, okay, mom, we went over to another opportunity, another platform, and it's affordable, this is that and the other. And when she told me and I looked at it, I said, okay, sign me up. She ain't have to fight me or nothing like that.
Right.
I just signed up. So I signed up.
Right.
She was a trader, I was a builder. Right. And I'm like, okay, we work together, we could really do this thing. And we started. I started implementing it into my homeschool curriculum and having my sons look at it and all of that. And then of course what happened. So at first I was building and I was utilizing the trade ideas because
Mhm.
I'm a big believer in, I'm not finna market something that I'm not using.
Yeah. That's
Like
right.
that's just me. I'm not
Right.
gonna
Right.
market something that I'm not using. I do need to see some results, even if it's just one product, So that was the product. And I put look, just trade idea. Just put the thing in my phone. I was still laying in the bed. And that thing came out to where I made $250 laying in a bed.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Man, listen, I was a licensed cosmetologist for 20 years.
Mhm.
And if I made 250 to $500 standing on my feet, right? Cash. But then I did that same thing laying in the bed. Oh, I was gonna tell everybody. I was gonna tell everybody. And
That's
that's just
right.
exactly what I did. And so um coming over here where I'm really learning and really just immersing myself into the education, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm honest. 1 week, 1 week of paying attention and listening to what you all were doing. When I came into the New York sessions and everything, I went from just maybe 250 or something every now and then or whatever. That first week, I went like full force in my demo, and I got up to $1,000 consistently in the
Mhm.
demo, just in the
Mhm.
New York session. Then I went live
Yeah.
It be serious. It's so serious.
in $1,000 for a
Yeah.
week consistently in the New
Yeah.
York session. But
Yeah.
then when I timed it, because that's how my mind worked, that's how I was trained as a cosmetologist.
Mhm.
We were trained on how many clients you can get in, so everything was timed.
Mhm.
And so that's why if you see me posting anything, it'll be like, I made this in 30 minutes. I made this in 15 minutes. I made this because that's how my mind was trained to make money within this amount of time.
Got you.
And so I'm like, I made $1,000 in 30 minutes at home. Because that first 30 minutes, we're like, you're going over charts, you're analyzing the market, we're doing the top-down analysis and all of this kind of stuff. You breaking it down. And then next thing you know, that bell ring, that's really 30 minutes of us scalping.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? And so you got so many different people like, hey, I got 500. I got $15. I got, whatever. But whatever that is, we have to think about there are people that are fighting to make $15 an hour.
Absolutely.
We got people that are doing $15 in a second or a minute or 2 minutes or shoot, even if it's $15 in an hour, but it's still at home.
Right. That's right.
From their cell phone.
That's right.
I don't take any of that lightly. I don't take it any of it for granted or anything. So I just have to say thank you.
Man. Thank y'all, man.
I say thank you. Look, too. Let me get in on the story just real quick. Cool. Thank you for your hard work, your knowledge, and your study time, because just your study time has increased my bank account so much more. And look, I'm a little lazy. I'm a lazy trader. Let me be honest, y'all. I trade sometimes. I was trading like every day, and I stopped because I had blew some accounts, and I was like, you know what? This ain't going well. And then I came to boot camp, got that training from that Cashville crew, from that King Pip, from that that Aaron Maddox. And look, I came back home. I still have not been in the market, but I have been studying, because you know what I had to do? I dialed it back. I said, because Michelle, you're not taking this seriously like you should be. And I dialed it back. And guess what? When I'm ready to enter the market again, which is coming up, because I'm getting myself emotionally ready, I'm going to get back in it. And I know I'm going to make some money, because I was making money before I was even not trading the right way or really taking it seriously. So I know now with the training that you guys gave me from boot camp, answer some questions that just wasn't connecting. Y'all, I'm just seeing my screenshot when I get back in the market, but it's coming up. September is my month. I'm like, I'm ready now. Let's do it. Let's get this money.
Hey, Coach Cotton, I'm gonna tell you, man. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with being a lazy trader, man. You know, lazy traders those are swing traders. Yeah, they trade once and then they sit for months and years. And they not in the market. They just waiting. But the whole point is they get their money up. They get their money up to where they can be lazy traders or swing traders.
Yes. And that comes from the education from you guys, like honestly, and the trade ideas. So I'm like, look, man, they doing it. I'm gonna just copy what they doing and get in and get out real quick. Even if I scalp every now and again, because y'all know I'm scary when it comes to those indices. I'm like, I ain't fooling with that. I ain't ready for that yet. But when I do, it's always profitable and beneficial. So thank you for your hard work. Your study time, you poured into me.
And listen, I gotta highlight Miss Noreen today. She said my profit today was $893.49. Thank you. Today. That's some people's paycheck for a week or possibly two, right?
Yeah, for sure. And Noreen, just think about it, man. And whenever people tell me they profits, I always like to give them the dream, the goal right behind it. All right, just think about it, man. That same 893 that you made today, man. One day that's gonna be your lot size, and you're gonna trade that, and you're gonna be done for the year. You understand what I'm saying? So listen, that's a beautiful thing. If you did it with this money now, you can do it with that big money later. I promise you. So that's what's up.
Ooh. Absolutely.
All right. So listen.
Okay. So go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
We're doing testimonies. We're doing all that kind of stuff.
We're doing the end of the show for the beginning of the show.
Let's go.
Lord have mercy, help us, Jesus. Okay, so look, Coach, how do you want to spend this? We're so happy, first of all, to have King Pip, Cashville, Extreme Effects, Master Educator here with us today, you guys. We have a lot to cover, and we want you guys to hear his story. So we're gonna let him get into it because you guys have showed up to hear what he has to say because his message is phenomenal. It's not even so much about the money that he has made learning this skill set, being in this market, but it's about the discipline, the consistency, the sacrifice that has been made. And you guys, if you have not heard his story, get ready. Go ahead and get your water, sit down, get in front of your device, whether you on your laptop or your cell phone or your tablet, whatever you're watching this broadcast on, because this message that he has is a global message. And look, me and Coach, we're not going to say too much. We're going to try to really co-host this show, but it's such a phenomenal message that everybody need to hear. I would suggest go grab your young adults, your sons, your nephews, your nieces, your children. Bring them in to watch this episode of the Coaches Corner with you. You do not want to miss it. Yes, we are streaming live. You can always catch the playback, but it's nothing like watching it live. So let's get into it. So look, King Pip. The first thing that I want to just ask you to bring in or start off, you can really start off however you want to, however you are led. But I just want to you'll talk about a little bit about, we were speaking prior to us going live about the differences of attack, the different forms of attack. Touch on that a little bit. Can you just elaborate about that subject of what you mean under attack? Because what you said, there are different forms. And when I tell you, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Because we can see attack in one way, but when you said there are multiple forms of attack, that needs to be said aloud and to the masses, because people think attack could be something physical, and it's not. It can be mental, emotional. It can come from different ways. So please, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So we were having that conversation earlier, and Hadassah was, talking about her sons and, life in Chicago, and I understood it completely. And at that point, sharing a little bit of my story, I was one of those people. I was telling Coach Hadassah, I was one of those people who learned real quickly that I wasn't a street dude. the streets let me know. I had family, I had friends in the streets all day. Cool, But when I got out there and tried to be the street guy, doing stuff I didn't have no business doing. I don't like saying that stuff because I don't ever want to promote it. But I tried to do certain things, but I learned very quickly this is not fun. I like to do fun stuff. I like to go out with my friends, go to the club and talk to girls. And like, this wasn't fun. I'm risking too much. I watched my little cousin go away for many, many years. So I learned very quickly that wasn't for me. So I wasn't necessarily under the attack of the streets. So I chose to do things, more the right way. Mainly because, I had a good support system with my mom, who was also a teacher. Who raised us right, man. We grew up poor, but we didn't know it. We had no idea we was poor because of my mom. And so I did things the right way. I didn't get into a lot of trouble or things like that. I wasn't in the streets or anything like that. But but I realized as I grew up that I was still under attack. All right. I was still under attack, just by my name being in a system, my name being put in a system. All right. It linked me to these people who would forever change my life. And it's kind of a blessing because here I am now, but because of it, I always tell people, we always got to big up my boy Travis, man, Travis Lion King, man, because his story is so amazing, and I'm so proud to call this dude my brother and have him on my in this business with us, man, and see what he's came through, because I couldn't imagine, what he went through. I'm not the guy I couldn't imagine, but he made it through that, so he made it through his attacks, and he's here with us, and I came through a different kind of attack, guys, as I got older, and got out into the world, decided to have kids fairly young, my name was put into the system. Me and the mother of my kids, we got married, and and we were on what do you call it, the government assistance stuff. We was in the projects basically, you know what I'm saying. And so in order for us to be in the projects, they had to put me on child support because my kids needed insurance. All right, that was the story that was told to me. They needed insurance. All right, so let me tell you this, guys. From that point on, my life was under attack because my name was in that system. All right, so I don't want to draw it out too long, but long story short, it got to a point where I refused to pay them because it always left me in a position where I had to choose to pay child support or have a memory of going to buy Christmas presents for my little girls. All right. And if anybody knows me, they know I love my children. I love them to death. I do everything for them. I don't trade for the money. I didn't get into trading for the money. All right. Let's be very clear. I got into trading because I wanted to see my kids again. Right. All right. I wasn't getting to see them not for almost 2 years. And not because I couldn't, not because their moms was keeping them away from me or nothing. They weren't doing that. All right. It was because I was on the run for child support. All right. Whether it didn't have anything to do with anybody being vindictive or anything like that. I was on the run. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even get a job because a week on a job and they would have my social security number and the police would be at the job site and I'm running out the back door through the woods. All right. I'm doing this. So I had police sitting.
You know what? Real quick. Let me say something to that because I understand exactly what you're talking about and what you went through with that. The other side of that too is that, and I've experienced it because with my before I got married, I had children, single mom, and different fathers, and with my twins' father, I mean, like we were all cool, right? We no issues, problems, nothing like that, because I understand the difference between the relationship that me and the father have and the relationship that they have with their father. That's a different relationship, right?
Right.
And what I always understood was that, they need to have a relationship with their dad, just like I had one with mine. And so, but by me being on public assistance, right, they had him in the system and I wasn't even the one. I didn't take him to court.
Right.
Because I was on public assistance. Public assistance took him to court.
Right.
Wow.
And
absolutely.
Now had me and him been bickering, we wouldn't have known what was going on. But because we did have good communication, he called and he asked me and he was like, I got a thing for child support. And I was like, how? I'm like, how?
Yes.
He said, did you take me to? I said, no, I didn't. And so, long story short with that, here's another thing, especially being on, public aid and stuff like that. The money that they were taking out of his check for child support wasn't coming to me.
Same here. Right. I just wanted to let you know that, but same here. It wasn't going to the mom. Yeah.
It wasn't going to the mom. It was going to the courts or whatever. Right. And so a lot of people in that situation, here it is, especially again, if the parents' relationship is strained, here he is thinking that, oh, she getting all my money for child support. And then she on the other side, like, I ain't getting nothing from him. Nobody's getting anything, and the children are suffering.
Everybody's
suffering.
Everybody's suffering.
Everybody.
So I just want
and the system will create that confrontation, that conflict between two civil parents who don't even have nothing to do with the system, but now there's conflict because of something that they had to do to survive, that they ain't got nothing to do with no system.
Right. And so I just wanted to.
We're gonna have to do that on a whole nother show because that's too deep.
My goal is to create an organization where we help families who are going through that, and not necessarily go out here and pay people's child support, but try to help people relationship wise so that we don't let the system pull them apart, man. We gotta because that's what's happening. I don't ever blame my children's mothers for any of that. Never in a day. Those I have 3 by my first relationship, and then 1 about my latest one, and man, they have been nothing but the greatest moms, the most responsible moms in the world, man. And it was just the system. At the end of the day, you have to understand that stuff is a business, and it brings money to their pockets. All right, it brings money to their pockets. It fills their jails. All right, it puts good black men behind bars with people that they definitely shouldn't be around, and things like that, man. And it's just that type of situation. So yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, man. Me and my kids' moms get along great, man. We are all the best of friends, and we understood very early, you know, what the system was doing. Even when they would go to bat for me, those people would say, nah, he got to do this, so we coming to get him.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's how it was. But me, you know, strong-willed, hard head. I'm like, I ain't paying y'all. I'm going to buy my baby's Christmas presents. I'm getting her Christmas presents on my own. You're not about to steal that from me. I want these memories. And guess what, y'all? I did every one of them, and I wouldn't do that. Everything that I needed to do for those kids, man, I did it out of my own pocket, out of my hand. You know what I'm saying? And I got that memory, and I got that love, and they got that same memory with me. You know, and I don't regret it one bit. But on the flip side, all right, it led me to where I am today as far as trading, because like I said, it got so bad and I owed so much money, more money than I'd ever had in my life. You know, I'm sitting here like, how am I going to raise this? How am I going to get this type of money? I've never had this type of money ever in my life like that, you know? You know, my brother Aaron has always been one of the best little brothers that I got, and I say one of my little brothers because I got 9 brothers. All right, so he's one of the best little brothers that I got, man. You know, he comes to his big bro and he's trying to introduce me into trading in it, and I was like, nah, I'm not trying to hear it. You know, it took him almost a year for me to finally see and realize, okay, yeah, I might need to see what Aaron's got going on right there. But at that time, guys, it was so bad. Like I was saying, I couldn't work. The police would be sitting at the end of my road, you know, just to see if I popped my head out the door. I literally stayed in a room with 4 walls, man, for about 2 years. For about 2 years, I didn't come out. I couldn't see my girls. And y'all gotta understand, I've been with these girls my whole life. I cut all their umbilical cords, watched them all being born. Even my third one, who was born blue, not breathing, didn't get to hold her for 3 months while she was in the ICU. You know what I'm saying? At that time, during that time, I was on the run and I was up in the hospital with her. You know what I'm saying? And that was the hardest thing for me, was I had to separate from them. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard for me, and it was hard for them as well. And so I stayed in this room, man, in this room with 4 walls, man. And Aaron was telling me, man, just come learn how to trade. Come learn how to trade, man. I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. And I'm like, man, I don't know what that is. You trying to get me to spend money I don't have to spend. and then on top of that, you asking me to risk the money. There's no guarantee that I'm going to even make some money, you know? And I just was not trying to hear it. Coach Hadassah and Coach Cotton, I wasn't trying to hear it. And so it took me about a year to finally come around. And that was because I started seeing my brother's life change. You know, I'm still in the situation, and I'm watching my brother build a brand new house. All right. I watched him get a brand new grill, you know, and the grill was so big, he had to get a brand new truck to pull the grill. And I'm just like, what the world? People turn lawnmowers, 4-wheelers. I'm like, what's going on, man? It's trading, man. It's Forex, man. Okay. What is Forex? And that's when it started, man. I just had to ask myself the question, what is Forex? And one of the best things, and one thing that I was telling y'all before we got started is something we all can control in our life, we all can do for ourselves that will help make our lives better, is we have a conscious choice to decide the people that are around us, who we allow in our circle. Yes. All right, and I was telling Coach Cotton and Coach Hadassah before the show is that something that I've always done is, and it's something my mom kind of taught me, instilled in me, is I've always been able to put the right people around me. And I guarantee you that's why I never got in a lot of trouble, things like that. Because I always surrounded myself with people who really did care about me. Even to this day, you know, the people that are around me, man, I feel that. I feel that the love, the energy I all day, man. And that's the major blessing. I surrounded myself with people that really cared, man, and I had a great support system. That's what really got me out. So I had a friend, my guy Tion, you know, he's a part of Extreme right now. He's a friend of ours. He decided that he was going to pay for me to get a trading education because I couldn't do it. You know, he said, man, I'm gonna pay for you.
Wow.
I'm gonna pay for you to get the education. I know how smart you are. I know the type of dude you are, and I know what you're gonna do with it when you see what this stuff is. It's like Aaron's not playing, you know. And kind of at the time, it was kind of like they both was in different on different teams. So it's like whose team was I gonna be on? Was I gonna be on my brother's team? I would have been on my brother's team, but my brother, you know, he's still a little brother. He's like, now listen, you can join my team, but I'm not paying for it.
Hey, I get it.
That's the real part. That's the real part.
I ain't paying for you.
He said you better go out there and sell some water bottles or something.
You're not gonna put me in the game.
Right. DoorDash, Uber Eats, you better do something.
Right. And he meant that. And he meant that, but nah, man, my good friend Elo Tion, he was like, man, I got you, man. You come in here, man. And I tell you what, man. Just let me say this, man. As long as I'm good, man, and I make it, man, that dude will be good too. You know, for forever. I promise him that. Because that decision that he made, you know, to sow into me changed everything. Changed absolutely everything. So at this point, you know, Tion, he's paid for me to come into the game. He paid for me to go into a certain company with a certain that has a certain educational platform. I won't name them because I am all the way extreme. I won't say their names. That's how I get them. I won't say their name, but it was another platform. All right. So I got in here. I told my girls, I was like, y'all just give me 6 more months, man. I promise you, this is a real phone call with tears rolling down my face. All 4 of them, man. Down to my youngest, my 6-year-old. Daddy, I love you, man. Why can't you just come home? Can't you just be here? It's all right. You know what I'm saying? And what can I do? I can go sell my baby dolls type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I said, y'all just give me 6 months. Let me do this. Give me 6 months. Don't worry about me. Don't stress about me. I promise you I'm okay. Just give me 6 months, and I guarantee you, man, I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna not only are we gonna have every day for the rest of our life, man, we're gonna be able to do whatever we want to do. All right. And and so my whole driving force was my children, to see my children. It was not for a single dollar.
Right.
Not for a single dollar. It was so that I could have back what I was used to with my girls, because I grew up without a father. I grew up with my mom and my grandmother and my great grandmother, who lived to be like 104 years old. You know, I was raised by all women, and that's why I always say, man, I think God gave me all girls because He knows I kind of understand women, and I think He gave me all girls because He wanted me to help to help, you know, we said cultivate great women like y'all, like what y'all are doing, like Coach Hadassah and Coach Cotton, and so I didn't have that male role model. I always said, man, the moment that I found out I'm having a kid, man, everything stops, and I'm gonna change my life, and that's kind of what I did, man, and dedicated my life to my kids, you know, from there. But what happened was I went into education frenzy, guys, and I promise you, I will rival anybody. I will rival anybody out here to say that they studied and went as hard as I did. All right, to learn this. When all of that stuff that I try to teach my students, you know, guys, that's because I did it. Not because I had an idea, I did some research to find out a way to educate you. It's because I experienced it and I did it, and I know what it'll do for you, guys. I went hard. I locked myself behind 4 walls, man, and didn't come out, guys, and learn to trade. I went every single class, every session, all the independent research I could find on the internet. I took notebooks and notebooks and notebooks full of notes. I wrote everything. All right. I wasn't one of those guys who typed stuff out. I wrote everything. All right.
Yeah.
and I stayed in my
That's
demo.
what we over here
Now,
doing, writing out that glossary.
right, and that was I stayed in my demo. All right, like I stayed in my demo, wouldn't come out. I didn't want to risk a single dollar. I didn't want to lose a single dollar. I stayed in my demo and made sure I could win in my demo at any given point, any given moment. And then, guys, even then, all right, I didn't have the money to start a live account. It's like that. What I'm gonna do?
I got all this knowledge and education. I still ain't got no money.
And I'm ready. Look, I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready, and I ain't even got a dollar to start a live account, man. So, so once again, it goes back to the people around you, man. Like my circle is so dope, man. I big them up every time, man. My family and my friends, those people that God put in my life, man, they are so dope. One of my friends, man, started a live account, in her name. She wouldn't even put in my name. She was like, well, I don't want the police. Maybe they might find a way to know that's your trading.
That's a friend. That's a real friend.
So she started that live account in her name for me to trade, man. And from there, I never looked back. I'm telling y'all now, I blew a couple accounts. She had to refund it a couple times.
Me too. Look, you see my hand raised.
But what I did do is I took the money she gave me to start that live account, and I doubled that money, took her money out, put it right back in her hand, and I started my own live account, and that was it. From there on, it was over, guys. And even then, I didn't stop learning. Stayed in them books, and I still wouldn't even trade live, all right, that long. So it took, it was taking me longer. I was still away from my kids this whole time, because I would go back to my demo, because my mentality wasn't all there. I didn't understand the whole psychology. It took time for me to really get that psychology of and the emotions of your real money. Learning just like what y'all are doing now. All right, just like what y'all are doing now. But I never stopped, man. I never stopped. And from there, I traded up and traded up and traded up and traded up. What I would do is I would start an account, just the same system that I used to pay that woman back her money, my good friend. I did that for myself. So if I put $1,000 into a trading account, I would immediately turn that 1,000 into 2,000, take my 1,000 back out. So now I'm playing with free money. That eliminated all my emotions right there, because it was money I didn't need. The moment I doubled that money, I took my money, that money out that I put in. All right. So now I'm only trading with money that I don't need. So the emotions were gone after that. And once those emotions were gone, that was it. I've been trading with that money ever since.
Nice.
Ever since.
And that's like part of it. Like, people don't understand that it's more mental psychology and emotional therapy that you need before you can start making money and trading. You got to get this mentality right. The mindset has to be in a certain place, because you can jump in that market and your energy, even the way you think, will tank your account, because you can have the knowledge, but if you're not connected on an emotional and mental level to trade, you shouldn't be in market trading. And so that's so important to hear you say that and let people know that it's a psychology, it's a mindset, it's a mentality that you need to have to get yourself ready to trade with your real money, because you can't be in a market that's producing $8 trillion a day and you playing with the big boys play, trying to make your rent, and you trading with your rent money. No, that's just, I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, y'all, it's frank, stupid. Don't be that person. Don't be that
Stop
person.
doing that.
Just stop that. King Pip was saying in heartbeat, stop that. Don't do that. That's not smart, right? So I love the fact that you brought that out, because it's definitely a mindset. And Aaron, he brings it out a lot too. You gotta date that market, and that's just talking about your study time. Learn the market, learn the skill set, taking your time. Patience. And you preach about it, King Pip, so much, and I've learned that from you. Patience is so paramount when you're talking about this skill set.
Pay the bills.
Right. Patience will pay the bills. Right. If you're patient, but if you're out here trying to make it quick and do it and you don't learn nothing, again, transparency moment. I wanted to jump in the market to get some bills paid. I was facing a hard time. I tanked that whole account. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, oh my God. And you know, most people, they'll say, oh, it don't work. Oh, it's a scam. It's a gimmick. No, you didn't hold yourself accountable and really learn the skill set. Take some accountability. And I had to do that. I had to sit my little heavy tail down. My brother even told me, he was like, what are you doing? And my brother trades very well. Y'all know him in Extreme. He trades very well. And I was like, dude, can you somebody just do it for me? He's like, no. The whole point of this platform, this is an educational platform. He said, get your behind to class and learn this skill of trading. Learn the skill that no one can take away from you. No matter where you are in the entire world, you can trade and make money. And I was like, you're right. Y'all know I had an attitude about it, but it was the truth.
And you absolutely right, Coach Cotton, man. That trading is 90% discipline and psychology. I always tell my students, they'll tell you, I say this all the time, you know, learning trading is easy to me. You know, the trading part is easy. It's the discipline, it's the learning to trade. And even more important, the hardest part is committing to the learning, because people seem to think that they're going to come into this game and they're going to either get some trade alerts that's just going to make them rich if they just keep taking trade alerts, or they're going to start an account with a whole bunch of money and then just flip it. Man, you start that account with a whole bunch of money and try to flip it, you're going to lose it all. All right, the big boys are going to take it if you don't got your psychology right. All right, if you don't have your discipline right, all right, they're going to take it all. And that's just not the way it works. What I want everybody listening out there to understand about trading and to realize, and the way to look at trading is as a college education. Don't look at it as anything less, and not just any college education, guys. Ivy League.
Exactly.
All right. Ivy League, it's the toughest of the tough, the cream of the crop, the tip of the top. You come in here and you learn trading, all right? You're going to make more money than you've ever made, all right? Unless you were just already successful doing something else. You're going to make more money than you've ever made, all right? But you got to take it that serious. You got to take it as serious as a man who's on the run trying to see his daughters again.
Hello.
If you don't, all right, it's going to take advantage of you, man. These guys don't play. They've been doing this for 400 years. They've been running this. These banks, the Rothschilds, the Fords, these people been running the world, man. Are y'all kidding me? This ain't nothing new to them. They are well versed on how to take our money and keep us from getting any of it. All right, so you got to take it seriously. And what you have here at Extreme, guys, is you've got an Ivy League education. All right. And you have to take it serious as such. All right. So don't come to me crying, all right, about you're blowing accounts and and you can't seem to go on a winning streak if you have not been to every single class. Not, oh, I took a class, I went to one class this week, went to 2 classes last week. You're gonna get out of this market exactly what you put into it.
What you put into it.
All right. All right. I put everything. I put everything into this market, and guess what this market is giving me?
Everything.
It's giving me everything. It's giving me everything, y'all.
I love that.
So this ain't a hobby. All right. All right. Those guys who are on Wall Street. All right. Those guys who are sitting in in the large institution, the big banks. Those guys have Ivy League educations. All right. Yeah. They have Ivy League educations, and on top of that, they got family and friends. So, you know, they get put on right off the gate.
Right. But about who you know. Who you
know. All right. But they have Ivy League educations, guys. And when they went to those schools, man, they didn't play around. All right. They still, even though, you know, they had, you know, some people to put them on, they still had to get in there and do that work.
Yeah.
They had to go to school and get that Harvard degree to get on that stock market floor to trade with them big boys. They had to do that, guys. So you can't take this any different. You can't take this any different. As a matter of fact, you should be like me, somewhere super happy because it only costs $99. All right? It only costs $99. Like, what? Are you kidding me?
$99 in a dream is all you need in Extreme, baby.
Man, listen, man. I would work super hard just to learn how to make $99 to pay for my education. I wouldn't even think about a profit. Let me sustain my education right quick. Let me take care of that. If I got that taken care of, I already know what next year and the year after that and the year after that gonna be, and I'm excited. I'm jumping over my seat because I know what's coming. Right? I know what's coming. All right. So you got to take it that serious, guys. Trading is not a hobby. These are big boys, man. You heard Coach Cotton say it, $8 trillion, man. We're not talking about no K. Ain't no K on the end of these numbers. Ain't no 5K, 10K, man, trillion. All right, trillion. All right. These people don't play. All right. And they have to maintain that, and they have for hundreds and hundreds of years. And if you think you're gonna come in here and disrupt and just reach your hand in a little honey jar and grab little bits and pieces of their money whenever you want to, good luck. Because they're gonna make sure that you sitting at the top of that liquidity pool with a stop loss that they can snatch. All right, all because you didn't know no better. All because you didn't want to go to class and learn where the liquidity was. All right, you didn't want to learn. You didn't want to learn the market cycle, contraction and expansion. All right, they gonna come in there and take you. Oh yeah, we gonna teach them. We gonna teach them about W's and M's, and we're going to teach them to trade off of them. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to go trade off of them, and they're going to take all your money. Meanwhile, Aromatics, Mr. Fab, King Nelson, we out here showing our people that we don't trade off of M's and W's. We use them as targets. We're going to take that money with them, all right? Because you're not going to beat those boys. All right, so go ahead and play around if you want, guys, and let me let you know something else too, man. The moment you open your mouth and talk about trading, we know exactly where you are, what you have been doing, and what you have studied, and how far you are in your progress. All right, so you ain't fooling nobody. You're trading, it's gonna tell on you in this game. It's gonna tell on you the moment you open your mouth. All right, I know you ask a question, I already know where you at. All right, so guys, take it seriously.
Absolutely.
It's gonna give you everything, man. Trading saved my life, man. My daughters are so happy for trading. My 6-year-old, y'all. You know, I'm teaching her about trading, but you know, in all honesty, she don't know what it is yet. But you know what? The fact that I get to see her all the time again. When I walk in the house, anytime I'm on my phone or on my laptop, I'll be on with you guys doing something, and she's so happy. She calls y'all my trading friends. And she's so happy for y'all because my trading friends is the reason why we get to do everything she wants now. The reason why I get to spend all that time with her now, because of me and my trading friends. And she's so happy about that and don't even realize why, man.
Wow.
You know? That's real stuff, man. That's real stuff, man. So you got to have that drive, guys. You got to have that patience. You got to have that consistency. Consistency. I never stopped. I never wavered. Even now, guys, you ask Mr. Fab, all right? The moment they announced to me that we got Mr. Fabulous coming in here 13 years in the game, man, I was like a little kid again. I wasn't no educator. Listen, how hard I go, all right? I'm immediately hitting him in his DM. Mr. Fab, my name is Sean Haynes. How you doing? Yeah, listen, I'm not playing no game. All right. I gotta get to those levels, man. And my hunger and desire is going to get me there, but it's not going to get me there if I'm choppy with it, if I'm every other day with it. You know, I gotta be every day, guys, every day. That's why I started off things like King Pip's Corner, you know, to keep me consistent. When I first started King Pip's Corner, I did it every single night, 5 days a week.
Wow.
You know, with my people to keep me consistent because I didn't want to waver. You know, I wasn't an educator at that time. I was just trying to share with people the good stuff that was happening with me, you know, with my friends and my team, you know. So that consistency is everything, guys. Consistent because believe it or not, there's a lot of information in trading. And if you take a lot of breaks, guys, you'll lose pieces of that.
Right.
You'll lose pieces of that. And then you got to come back and you know, and reformulate it, man, and find it all over again. All right. So stay on it. If you make this decision, commit to this decision as you would commit to your child after you decide to have kids. There ain't no taking breaks in that.
So lame.
No taking breaks in that.
But it ain't. You don't do that.
You don't take breaks, and it's gonna be it's gonna be that way forever. Okay, so you got to look at trading the same way, man. No breaks until you are financially free, until you have bought your time back, until you have broken every generational curse in your family, and you have left a legacy, and your kids know how to do it, and they can teach their kids how to do it. That's when I'll sit back on my rocking chair on my front porch out in the country in the woods of North Carolina by myself, because I'm a super introvert, and I'll be a happy man and watch all my kids and grandkids running around playing, man. That's when I'll be done.
Look,
Until then,
on your acres of land that you passing down to your children, leaving
soon,
generational legacy.
Yeah, we've already started that. We've already started doing that.
Nice.
They already got it. They already got the land. You know, I'm already on it. I'm not playing. No games.
Good. That's what we're doing over here in Extreme, y'all.
Extreme.
It's not just about trading, but that is the vehicle that we are using to, like I shared with Coach Cotton, we're breaking generational curses, breaking into generational blessings. These people live 40 years out. 40 years out.
40.
Right? You know how many that's a generation is 20 years, 21 years. So 2 generations, that's 40 years out, but that's 4 decades. So when it say leave an inheritance to your children's children, that is 40 years out.
Yeah.
40 years out.
And some people can't even think past, whoa, what I'm going to eat right
past
now.
Dinner. Right? I was saying past dinner.
Right? It's like, man,
we got to do better. We have to do better. Right. We have to do better.
No, but the thing is, we are doing better, guys. What we got to understand is we are doing better, and look at the things that our people, and not just our people, all people have overcame, you know, and where we're at, man. We are doing better. We just got to understand that the fight goes on. We don't stop, and we got to keep pouring into our people. When I say our people, I mean your friends, your family, your community. All right, pour into them, guys. Pour into them. That's something I love to do. All right, I love to do it because I love to see the reactions. And I know I get this from my mom, who's a teacher, because I remember hearing her say the same thing when I was a little boy. She used to get so happy, you know, when she saw me learn something, because I love to read. I was big on reading as a kid. And she would love when I finished books, and it would make her so happy, man. I know how she feels on this day, because I get that same feeling whenever y'all tell me that something makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. I get it.
Oh my God, this morning, I seen King Pip this morning, because who was it? Who was that called out the trade? They called out
Althea called out that Head and Shoulders.
Oh my God. I heard in King Pip's voice. He was so happy, but I understand that, right? Because like you said, it's like, this is one of my students that did this. And I felt it too. I did. I felt it.
Yeah, see, I'm holding back my dimples now. I don't usually show my dimples. You got me high, hold them out. I don't usually show them. I hold them back. Man, listen. Yeah, listen, you just made me remember that, man. Althea, that made my day, yo. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
I heard it in your voice.
That made my day. And then y'all stacked it up even on top of that, because I never told y'all to push a trade button.
I don't know.
And next thing I know, it's coming through the chat. Oh, I made 400, yada yada yada. Oh, I made 500, yada. And here comes Damien, roster push. Oh, it's a 4-figure morning for me. What? I ain't even say push the button yet. Hey, like, listen, come on, man. That right there.
That is amazing.
That right there is everything to me. Everything, man. That shows me that I have done something, man. My mom would look at me and be so proud. You know what's crazy, y'all? You know what's crazy? My mom, who's a teacher, she has no idea that I do this. She don't even know what trading is. She doesn't even know that I'm teaching people how to trade. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Yeah. She doesn't even know, man.
Wow. You an educator. You're an educator.
Yeah, wow. She would love it, and she would always say things like, "You're so smart. You're gonna teach people." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna play soccer. I'm gonna be Pele." Okay, no, that's not what I'm gonna do. And here I am, man. I fell here, educating anyway. And what happened? My daughter's an educator. My daughter's a teacher. My daughter's mom is a teacher. Like whole family just educating, man. I watched my 6-year-old last week, man. I get a note. School just started here. Probably I think we've been in for about 2 weeks in her school, and they sent me this thing home and let me know, man. She just went to started 2nd grade, and she's reading at a 5th grade level.
Wow.
And she already in class. She's showing leadership skills, and I'm like, okay, she's wanting to educate people, and I'm like, man. So that's dope, man. Listen, God has a plan for you. God has a plan for you, man. Listen, walk in His path, man, and let him show you the way. Whatever you believe in out there, let that positive influence lead you in the right direction, man, to your blessings. Okay, so that you can change anything that you need changed in your life. Okay.
Love that. Look, I just want to touch real quick, and I know we got to wrap it up, Coach, but I can listen to King Pip.
I know, right? I was looking at the time, like, dang,
because look, he dropping so much sauce on here. Like, everybody like, don't give him too much. Nope, y'all know King Pip gonna give you everything from the turkey to the pig to the cow. I love it about you. I just want to tell you real quick though about spreading it, and this is a quote. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Francis Chan, but he's a great philosopher and speaker. But he was relating this quote to Christians, or people in faith. And I just took the Christian out kind of and put in traders or put in people who are philanthropists or people who want to share information. And the quote goes, Christians, traders, are like manure. Spread them out and they help everything grow. But keep them in one big pile and they stink horribly. And so when you were just talking about sharing the information, y'all know that's deep, right? Y'all know Francis be on another level, right?
That's so deep.
But the thing about it is,
look at this
so
comment.
True.
Liver rush. Liver rush.
I still don't know what it is. Like,
I had to hit the brakes on that liver mush. Liver mush.
That should be another King Pip show. You need to break down what liver mush is. But that quote is so powerful, and it just makes me think about sharing the information and spreading what we know to help everybody. Like you said, your family, your friends, your co-workers, because this is something that is life-changing. You want to come be financially free. Maybe someone doesn't know it, and it is our duty to share this with someone. Maybe they may not come on today, tomorrow, or in a year from now, but they will never say that you didn't tell me about this. You left me out here, because we should be singing it from the rooftop, because at the end of the day, we should want to see everybody win. And this is one thing that I love about you, King Pip, Aaron, Chanel, Cash Bill, Extreme. It ain't about me. Look, it's not about me. But if you win, I win. We all win. And we want to see victories in the community. We want to see victory in the culture. And that's what we push. That's what we spread. So we spread out that manure. Why? To help everything grow better. And if we can just reach one person, guess what? That person growing better, that person gonna tell somebody else, because once you see the growth in the common unity, that's it. The proof is where it's at. You ain't got to have no story. You ain't got to sell nothing. You ain't got to do nothing. You see it right there when you start learning this skill for yourself, because one person told you about it. I'm done with that. Look, Coach, you got it. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm done. And so, listen, that's an alarm. I said I have my alarm set for things. So look, so with that alarm, I'm just letting everybody know that, check the chats so that you could go ahead and hop on, our co-founder and VP of Sales, Jacob Nichols training, because that's going down right now.
Right? That's right.
Right, that's going down right now. So head on over. And then the other thing is this: we have to thank you. We thank you so much. Thank you so much, King Pip, for coming on and gracing us on here with the Coaches Corner. We got to have you back, because
anytime.
Right, that's like it's a part 2 in there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
3, 4,
5. Right?
It's a lot.
But we definitely got to have you back. So thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you do. Just in general, the person that you are, the spirit that you are, you're pouring out into my son, right? Thank you so much for that. Just thank you for everything in the community. So look, we had everybody that's here that came on and just was, I mean, just all in the comment section, just the
It's blowing up.
fire and the love and everything,
That's
right?
my
It was blowing up
family,
before
man.
we
That's
even
my
did get
family.
online.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's
So
go, y'all.
listen,
Hey, man, let me thank because I don't want to leave here without thanking people. Because, like I said, man, it's all about who you surround yourself with, and I
Yeah.
want to make sure that the appropriate people know that my gratitude is forever in place. All right, and number one, of course, my little brother, man. My little brother, we've been through it all, man. Like you said, man, it's always part 2, 3, man. Our story is crazy. Y'all got to understand. I didn't even know I had all these brothers until I was 18 years old. All
oh
right.
wow,
I didn't even know they existed. They knew I existed. I always wonder why I was always protected out here running around, is because I had these guys who was always looking out for me, and I didn't even know they was my brothers, but they knew I was their brother.
Wow.
So it's crazy. Like, my little brother Aaron, man, who turned me on to this thing, man. Appreciate you, man. Also, Adrian Sloan, man, for all the hard work that he put in to create this platform, and then give me, the opportunity to get up here and pour into y'all, man. I gotta thank him, for that, man. Much love, my brother, and of course, the twins, man, Reagan and Megan, man, for just being who they are, man, and continuing striving for their dream and overcoming everything that they came from. To be where they are, man. I'm just glad to be a part of it, man. And I want to let y'all know, man, all of y'all, I ain't going nowhere, man. I ain't going nowhere. I see things through, man. I'm a soccer player. I've always led my team, because the one thing I've always been able to brag about on my life is my soccer, man. I'm a good soccer player. Y'all can't beat me in soccer. I'm the man. All right. So I always led my team, man. I always led my team, and man, I'm here, man. As long as y'all allow me to be on the team, man, I'll continue to do what I can to lead us to every goal that we reaching for, man. So yeah, and also the Jacob Mickle, man, that's my guy right there. Great example. I want to be a builder too. I've already told you, I'm a trader first, but don't ever think I'm not building, bro. Me and Aaron came into this thing building like crazy, not knowing how we was doing it, but we came in building crazy. Yeah, so I appreciate all of these people. Once again, it goes back to one of the first things I said in this show: the people that God puts in your life, the people that you allow to be in your life, man. And that's it. These are those people. And I just want to thank everybody and my Cashville team. All right, people that I hadn't named. All right, the Mocks, Ebony Mock, Derek Mock, oh man, my whole Cashville family, you know what I'm saying? My kids, the girls, yeah, I gotta do my shout outs. Don't think I ain't forget I gotta give them a shout out. All right, man. Just want to say thank you, man. Thank you to Extreme. Thank you, world, man. Listen, this is just the beginning, y'all. This is just the beginning. The sky is not the limit, man. The sky is only the first level. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. We are Extreme. Let's go.
yes. And listen, I have to say this before we get off of here, right? Boot camp, right? Cashville, Extreme FX, right? Boot camp, October. It's really October 1st through the 3rd, but October 1st is the bonus day.
Right. We're gonna do the live trading just like we always do. It's this time y'all can chill with us and do it in the building with us. Just hanging out, just family, getting money together. No pressure, y'all. That's all we doing.
So listen. So I don't know. Look, it might be sold out already, but a lot of times
it might be.
Boot camp is sold out.
Yeah, boot camp is sold out. So I know that
I think boot camp was sold out at the last boot camp.
But I maybe have an extra ticket. Maybe, I'm not sure, because it's still kind of on the fence. I don't know if I'm really going or not, because I need a caregiver for my daughter. However,
I don't even want to talk about it.
Ryan's ticket is solid.
I can't even talk about it right now.
His plane is booked. The hotel is booked. The ticket is
Got it.
I'm telling y'all, listen, this is the last boot camp for this year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and it's going to be like that, guys. We got the all-star lineup. You don't want to miss this boot camp, man. We bringing out all the big dogs, man. Myself, Chi and Christy, Kiana. We got Professor V in the house. We got the new guy on the block, King Nelson, coming through. Y'all already know we not playing. Look, I'm over here knocking over my computer, man. We are not playing. We are not playing.
I'm so so hurt. I'm so hurt. Look,
back again, and we're gonna have to go.
Coach, look, you know, I was when they announced the date when we was at the last boot camp earlier part of this month. I was about to start crying literally. Like, I have a speaking engagement that I on platform to speak. I really was contemplating. I was at Dr. Linda Rogers Brown house, like, can I get out of this? What's more important? Like, I had some decisions. I was prioritized. And then look, my spirit man was like, you know you don't give the people your word. You got to go speak to them people. And I was like, but they got some other speakers though. So can they handle it? Like, I'm so crushed that I cannot make this book. Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, it's real. It's real because even my mom, you know, King Pip, real quick, we gotta get off here. You know how much my mama loves you, King Pip. You know,
oh
she
my
thinks,
God, your mom is adorable.
I said, Mom, I don't know if this man is married or what, but you cannot be lusting after this man like that. First of all, you can be his mama. You gotta chill.
Lord,
but she loves.
I heard Mama Cardi say some things. I was like, Mama,
she loves King Pip.
I was like,
when I tell you, she saw King Pip, she was like, that's Pip. I'm like, okay. Right, you gotta power down. But even she was at boot camp and she said, I cannot believe I've been a part of Extreme and she ain't even really looked at her trading account. I trade for her, right? I do copy and paste. But she really got it. And as you was teaching, that lady was putting in stuff on that. I was shocked. I was like, I had to bring you to a boot camp for you to learn how to trade for real.
There you go.
And she got back here telling my brother, she's like, I told y'all, they said about a 5-finger discount. I was like, look at you. My brother was like, wow. So look,
she was like, "Ooh, he's a strapping young lad," and she got real.
Wait, she called me a what? She called me a what?
Strapping young lad.
Pip, I was like, you gotta calm down. Don't get out here in Baltimore and embarrass me, and don't get out here in Charlotte and embarrass me, Denise. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That could be your son. Matter of fact, I think
she's trading now.
Ooh. She trading. She trading. Yeah, we do have to go. Look, you guys, we want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to watch the Coaches Corner with the amazing, phenomenal, wonderful educator, metaphysician, wellness coach, Coach Hadassah, myself, Coach Cotton, our amazing special guest, Sean King Pip Hayes. Look, you guys, on the Coaches Corner, we are here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all we want to do is help you get to your next level. You guys, go out and be great. This has been the Coaches Corner. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Peace.